What is going on, Bucs fans? Evan Wanish here, back at you with yet another video talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But as you can see, it's a little bit different. So today we are going to be making a tier list. So this is the first ever tier list that I've done. Obviously, the first tier list that I've done on the channel, but like the first tier list I've done myself. So it is the top 20 Buccaneers of all time. Now, this was made on Tiermaker by, I believe, yours truly, James Hill. So we all know him and love him. So be sure to check it out, and let's get right into it. I'm curious to see, what comes out of this. I see a lot of interesting faces here, a lot of names. So let's go, and I think we're gonna do. I want to go 1 to 5 first. I think so. This isn't going to be in any particular order. It's just going to be sort of in that list. So I think not many people are going to argue. All right. I think we got to get Warren Sapp in that 1 to 5 at some point. Then you got to go Derek Brooks, of course. Um, Two pillars of the Buccaneers defense, obviously. Uh, Big time pieces of them, obviously in the same draft class. Just really massive, massive players, changed the entire culture in Tampa Bay. I mean, the Bucs were a losing organization before those two guys got there. Leroy Selman, of course. Here's where it gets tricky because you got Rondé Barber here, and Rondé Barber absolutely deserves all the credit he's gotten. Isn't necessarily enough to be top 5 because there's a few other candidates. Mike Allstott is a candidate. John Lynch can be a candidate. Even guy down here by the name of Tom Brady, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Did he play long enough with the Buccaneers? That's the thing, right? Um, I know some people might think Mike Evans. I don't think just yet. I think if we're doing this tier list in maybe 2 or 3 years, I think he could be up there. Right this second, though, I'm not sure he's there. So Levante David, same thing. I think Levante ends up there sooner rather than later as well. But I'm going to put Rondé Barber. Whoops. I'm going to put Rondé Barber in here in this 1 to 5 as well. We'll see. Um, I mean, you got a lot of interesting guys here. You really do. Cameron Braid, of course. No, I'm just kidding. Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is on here. Now, I will admit some of the guys I don't quite recognize. Obviously, Vinny Testaverde, Doug Williams there. Interesting one, but Doug Williams had success in Tampa Bay. Just won a Super Bowl outside of Tampa Bay, so I'm not sure you can consider him for that. John Lynch is there. Simeon Rice, obviously. Mike Allstott, I think that's what the decision comes down to ultimately. I'm not sure if I see Paul Gruber exactly. I know he was number 74, but I don't really recognize his. Forgive me. I mean, I am a bit younger, so okay. There's Paul Gruber right there. So I think I want to put Paul Gruber here. I'm not sure. I'll put him there for now. I might change my mind though, but I mean that means definitely guys like um, John Lynch, uh, Mike Allstott are in. I think that 6 to 10 range. I mean, you look at this core, right? Because you had Sapp, Brooks, Barber, Lynch, Allstott. Like that's the core that basically won the Super Bowl and really brought the glory years back to Tampa Bay, or not even back, like brought them to Tampa Bay. So I think they have to be pretty high on this list. Then you had, some role players like Booger McFarland and stuff, which we'll get into a little bit later. But um, hmm. I think we put Mike Evans, Levante David, maybe there, but like there's a couple other guys here. Doug Williams, I don't think quite yet. Jimmy Giles or Giles, not sure how you want to exactly pronounce it. I think he could be in here, so I am going to put him in here for right now. Let's go. We're going to go Mike Evans. All right. We'll say Mike Evans, top 10 Buck. And this is where you could put Brady. You could put Brady here, but we're going to throw respect to Levante David. We're going to put him. So here's our top 5. Sapp, Brooks, Selman, Barber, Gruber, and Lynch, Allstott, Giles, Evans, David. And this isn't ranked. Like, it's not like I'm saying Warren Sapp's the number one buck. But this is what I have currently. So 11 to 15 is where I think you can put the GOAT. I think you can put Tom Brady. I think it's comfortable to say you can put him in there. I think you can. I think that's acceptable to be able to put him in there. So, um, yeah, I do believe that is completely acceptable to put Tom Brady in that. Obviously, won a Super Bowl his first year with the team. Kind of speaks for itself. So I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Now let's see. You got a few more guys here. Guy like Hardy Nickerson. So I'm gonna put Hardy Nickerson there. I think. Um, let's see real quick. Doug Williams. Is this just gonna be the Bucs quarterbacks that had success with other teams? Is that gonna be this sort of that sort of list there? Maybe, maybe. What do we got? Gerald McCoy. That's an interesting one. I don't know. I think winning has a lot to do with it. Like I do think winning matters, and unfortunately for Gerald McCoy, he just didn't really win a ton in Tampa Bay. I mean, it's not really necessarily his fault. Like, it's really not. But it just is what it is. But I'm gonna put Hardy Nickerson there. Um, is that Will Golson? Kind of strange that James put Will Golson in there. I mean, the longevity, sure, but we got work done's there. Hmm. Jerome McCoy. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I mean, Doug Williams, he deserves a lot of praise. Brad Johnson, I mean, helped deliver the first Super Bowl. Simeon Rice, I think I gotta put Simeon in there. One of the most underrated Bucks, I think. Honestly, I mean, he's one of the best free agent signings the team has had. Was a dominant force, so they got to have him in there. Let's see. I'll go Gerald McCoy, I guess. Yeah, I guess I can go Gerald McCoy. Or is that a keep to leave? He put some interesting names here. Sheldon Quarles. Is that Testaverde? I don't know why he picked some interesting players to put in here. Dexter Jackson, just I don't know. I mean, I guess with the people I have left, and see the tough thing is some of these guys, like I don't know a lot of. So hey, feel free to roast me in the comments. I'm perfectly fine with that. Some of the old time Bucks fans, feel free to roast me. I'm gonna put work done there for right now. We'll see, and then I can probably go with like Brad Johnson. Was he a great pro? No, he was a solid pro, but he won the first Super Bowl, helped win the first Super Bowl. So you get brownie points for that, I think. Um, and also it's tough because you're basing it with the career he had with the Bucks. So obviously that you hold that in high regard. A guy like Keith Talib had success with the Bucks, but he found a lot more success elsewhere because he was with the Bucks earlier in his career. So kind of tough to say that he's a top 20 Buccaneer. Like that's kind of tough to say. Devin White definitely not. Shaq Barrett, maybe. I mean, he does hold the record now for most sacks in a season for the Buccaneers. You could make the case for him. You definitely could. I'll I'll give Shelton Quarles here. That Donnie Abraham, I think DeMar Dotson, Davin Joseph, Doug Martin, Donald Penn. A couple of interesting names here: Trent Dilfer, Michael Pittman, Martin Gramatica. Is that Gramatica? No, Gramatica was. Might be. I'm. Gramatica was 7, correct? Oh no, he was 10. Well, what am I thinking? I am so. That's. Yeah. Well, anyways, he can be there. His. Well, okay, he was 7 at some point. Okay, okay, and then he ended up being 10. Okay, James picking some weird pictures for these, man. It's throwing me off. Let's see. Brad Johnson, Shelton Corals, Martin Gramatica. DeMar Dotson definitely has. We'll put Doug Williams there, I guess. Yeah, he took him to the NFC Championship game. So it was our first like really good quarterback that they had. So we'll be fair. We'll be fair there. Is that Ricky Bell? I would like to put Ricky Bell on here. But I'm not sure that's him or not. Fun fact, actually, about Ricky Bell. The reason that like I started following the Bucs is actually my dad. When the Bucs first became a team, my dad really liked the Bucs helmets, but then he was also a big fan of Ricky Bell. So it kind of was a perfect storm that they came into the league. He was like, "Oh, the helmets are cool," and then they ended up getting Ricky Bell. So kind of a bonus. But I'm not, man. Yeah, he picked some weird pictures. Not sure if that's Ricky Bell or not. Let's see. Kind of like embarrassing myself here. I'm like, come on, man. I still don't know why Will Golson's here. Shaq Barrett, Dexter Jackson. Donald Penn was really good. I just don't know if he did it long enough in a Bucs uniform. Booger McFarland's there, but like Booger McFarland's a solid player. Was he a top 20 Buck of all time? I mean, we're talking about number 20, but I don't know. We can put Shaq Barrett there. Because I don't know who some of these guys are. Okay, that is why I could be sitting here kicking myself if they had the names here, and I'm like, oh my god. But for now, we will put these guys here, and we're not going to put all these guys in honorable mentions. We're only going to put a few. So we'll do Davin Joseph, who's a good guard for them. Donald Penn. I will put Jason Pierre-Paul here. I'll put Dexter Jackson. And you know what? Like that's honestly it. Like I can't. You can't justify Jameis. I mean, Michael Pittman was a good player. Cameron Brate's a good player. Will Golson's a good player. Devin White is what he is. Trent Dilfer, Doug Martin had 2 good seasons. DeMar Dotson, a good player. Honorable mention for a top 20. Like I don't know. Akeem Talib, if he played longer in Tampa Bay, he would have been on this list. Donnie Abraham, I think sort of same thing. Booger McFarland, a good player, but a role player. Vinny Testaverde, not good enough. So I think that's the list. I'm comfortable with that. So 1 to 5. Again, this is not really a ranking of. I'm not saying like Warren Sapp 1, Derek Brooks 2. It's just kind of mixed in there. So we have Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, Leroy Selman, Rondé Barber, Paul Gruber. Then in the 6 to 10, we have John Lynch, Mike Allstott, Jimmy Giles, Mike Evans, Levante David. Then we start off with Tom Brady in the 11 to 15 spot, Hardy Nickerson, Simeon Rice, Gerald McCoy, and Warwick Dunn. Brad Johnson starting off the 16 to 20, along with Shelton Quarles, Martin Gramatica, Doug Williams, Shaq Barrett. And the honorable mentions Davin Joseph, Donald Penn, Jason Pierre-Paul, and Dexter Jackson. I mean, Dexter Jackson deserves to be an honorable mention. He was Super Bowl MVP for the team. So I think that's it. Again, I don't know all these guys. Okay. I'm going to have to either have James update this or I'll have to update it myself. And we'll come back in a few months and do it again. some of the pictures he picked were weird. Some of them are tough to spot just by their faces. So, without the names being there, it is kind of tough. So as you can see there, obviously, shout out James right there. So that's it. That's the list, I think. Pretty happy with it. I think I don't think there's anybody in this bottom row that I don't recognize that I'm going to be sitting here kicking myself too much for. Maybe like in this range, the 16 to 20 and the honorable mentions. But I think I got the top 15 pretty down pat. I don't think there's much debate on who the top 15 can be. Obviously, guys like Chris Godwin and stuff aren't available here. A little too early, probably. I think he plays a couple more seasons in Tampa Bay. You could see him sneak up to that honorable mention, then maybe in the 16 to 20 range. I think he could get there, but there's a few other guys on the team that I think have a chance. Vita Vea being one of them, of course. So, yeah, we will see how it progresses. But let me know what you guys think about the tier list. Take one last look at it, and let me know what you guys think. I had a lot of fun with this, sort of a chance for me to lay back a little bit more of a laid back type of video. And I like these interactive videos. So let me know what you guys think about this list. Let me know what you change. Anybody you put in the top five, anybody you take out of the top five. Let me know. I think I'm pretty comfortable with the top five. I don't really think I think once you get to like the end of the 11 to 15, like Gerald McCoy worked on, like that can be some debate, I think. But I still think the top 15 are pretty good. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm back now. So let me know what you guys think about the tier list. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. Um, and yeah, please, and I will be doing more of these in the future. So you'll be seeing more of these tier lists from me in the future. Maybe some Sporkle quizzes or something in the future, testing my Bucks knowledge. Maybe even I'll be going live doing those. Maybe so the live chat can interact with that a little bit more. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And talk soon.